Episode 3, TSP.
That's what
The
I was
shitty
just
podcast.
thinking. I was just thinking, I know you're going to introduce it.
Yeah.
We're going to introduce every episode like TSP 1, 2, 3, 4.
For as long as we remember.
For as long as, yeah.
3 is pretty
As long as it still feels
And-
new. For as long as it still yeah. For as long as it still feels new to us.
Take your sip.
Take a sip always before the podcast. It gets me going.
Right at the beginning.
Like the other episode.
It is also storming right now, so it's a lot of thunder.
Can't hear it. Canceling headphones.
You can't hear it. I can hear it.
Can you actually hear it?
The thunder?
Yeah.
Yep.
It'll be alright. If there's thunder, it's alright.
I know, it's fine.
If there's not going to be thunder in the
I'm not scared.
like a dog. Dude, dogs get so scared with we're gonna get a dog this week.
Yeah,
That's
we
gonna be
are.
sick, dude. It's gonna be, and there's gonna be like, it's hurricane season and we're getting a puppy, so we'll be able to see how she acts in thunderstorms and stuff.
Well, I didn't make those
It's
two
so scary,
connections.
but you're like a little lost, like a little puppy in thunderstorms, so I was thinking when we get a dog, we're gonna compare.
Thanks.
We're gonna see what they look like.
I'm pretty excited about that. Mom's getting a dog,
Yeah.
which is cool.
She'll
She's
be
been
around
around
us.
for a long time. Yeah, it'll obviously. You're gonna have to do a lot of taking care of it.
No, I don't know. What about you?
Just proximity. You're just gonna be home
I
with
hope-
me.
I hope not.
No, you do.
I
You'll
hope I'm
enjoy
not.
it.
No, I hope I'm not home that much.
Oh,
Well, I'm actually gonna start trying to get some work. So,
yeah, that's cool.
um,
Starting your biz.
but me and mom were walking. Did she tell you?
Mm.
We were walking around the block, and some lady and her daughter were walking with a little golden doodle, and it was like 8 weeks old or something.
Mm-hmm.
And
That's what this one's gonna be.
Oh, is it? Okay. Well, this one was older.
I think it's 8 weeks. Like now.
Oh, okay. Well, this one's older. It was like, I think it was like a year. I'm not sure. But yeah, it was nice. It was like short and chubby.
Yeah.
But theirs is gonna be like 30 pounds. Ours is gonna be 20,
15.
15.
It's a
Yeah,
toy. It's a toy golden, and it's It wasn't the chunkiest one in the litter from the video.
That video is so
It was
cool.
waddling through.
yeah.
Yeah, it was cute.
Yeah, it just comes walling through and you're like, whoa, that's a completely
Did mom settle on a name or no? She hasn't decided.
Beignet.
She did settle on Beignet?
Beignet is the name I'm thinking. Because when we were out walking, we were telling the random people that I was, yeah, we're thinking Beignet. So then we were like, and mom gets into the conversation where it's like,
Well, why?
it's
Yeah.
the same color of the little white spots on it, like a beignet.
Yeah.
And that made it.
And I think it's cute. It's like Benny for short. She
Yeah.
was like, what, for a girl? I'm like, yeah, for a girl. Benny for short?
Benny's a girl name. For sure, bro.
Yeah.
Benny got that henny, bro.
Whatever that means.
Benny's got that. They can't even say like anything like cool about that rhymes with Benny. Benny's got that.
We'll find it.
Benny hates Jenny. That's what she made
Sure.
known for.
Yeah. Beignet. Call her Yay.
Oh wait, I was just thinking in human terms, not a dog.
Yeah, that'll be really cool. That's gonna be, there's gonna be a baby around the house pretty much.
But if she's already telling the random people what her name is, then I think that's weird.
Yeah.
I like it.
Well, when I said it, she'd already thought about it, and I was like, I thought you would have jumped all over that name. She's so
Yeah. What were the other names that we had?
Louisiana. She kept saying terrible. She was like, Mary? And I was like, for a dog?
Biscuit or something.
She said
Monkey.
Biscuit, and I was like, yeah, Monkey. I actually kind of liked Monkey.
Monkey's alright, but
I love when you name dogs other animals. Like a big, a big lab. A lot of people name their labs like Bear. I'm like, that's a cool name.
and the bear's just like, why me? Like, why are you naming it me? What did I do?
But yeah, when you name your animal, it's not as funny with dogs as it is with cats, where you name your animal like just a human name, like Steven or something.
Yeah. No, cats is funny with it when it's a boy and his name's like just like Phil.
Yeah. Maggie, she has a cat and she named him. Shout out Maggie. Kevin.
Has she listened to the podcast yet?
I don't know.
Alright, we're not shouting around.
She named Kevin. And like picture a little kitten and his name is.
Oh yeah, I've known that
Yeah.
that name.
That's always funny to me.
Yeah, like a little human names. They're like sophisticated human names, like nerd names.
Yeah, almost like, or just like so standard.
Yeah. Bro, you got like the opposite of a nerd name.
Jeffrey.
Jeffrey?
That's kind of a nerd name.
That's just kind of like English royalty or something.
What's the opposite of a nerd name?
I mean, nerd names are like Steven,
Nick.
Max.
That's a nerd name?
Yeah.
I think you're making this up.
Yeah, I'm winging it, man.
You ran out of names after Steven. You just thought Steven was a nerd name.
I can't think of names.
All you wanted to say was that Steven was a nerd name. Who do you know named Steven that's a nerd? Call him out.
Yeah. To be determined. If your name's Steven out there, I don't think you're a nerd. Freaking nerd.
I don't see why that's a nerd. My name's way more nerdy than Steven.
Yeah, but Jeff.
But I also
like Aussie, bro.
Yeah, but you thinking Geoff like how it's spelled with me? Like when most people hear Geoff, they think Jeff. But when I think of Geoff the way I spell it and the way with a J as two totally different names.
The bane of your childhood is
like Geoff?
Geoff, or
and I'm like, yeah.
No, not Jeff.
Dude, I had substitute teachers that called me Godfrey.
Because there's a D in your name.
Yeah. No,
And an R.
They were just adding letters, subtracting letters. She was like Godfrey, and I was like,
Yeah. Look around.
I was like,
and no one else would have that sort of name.
She was like, thanks, Godfrey. And I was like, twice. You've done it twice now.
Yeah.
You get one pass, maybe.
You're like, it's Jeff. And she's like, thanks, Godfrey, sit down. And you're like, okay.
They see that GE and they just lose all, like, English
You're like
capabilities.
GEO and you're like,
GEOs.
and then it's like the numbers, the signs around their face. It goes into that.
Yeah.
The substitute teachers of names is always so funny. Especially at a public school when they're trying to like say all these names that are like super far fetched.
Yeah.
And you just listen to
Well, that's the Key and Peele skit where it's like, hey, Ron.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, Aaron?
Yeah.
He's like,
that's a funny skit.
That's a good one.
I love that skit. But my name was never hard to.
No, Nick.
Yeah. I mean, I'm trying to think of it any time anyone's ever gotten my name wrong. I'm pretty sure a Starbucks person just did it on purpose because
they do.
They came at me with like another 4-letter name that just like wasn't any letters, like Ryan, and I was like, dude, that's right. That's what I said.
I think you just took somebody else's order. There's like a whole bunch of people who are like, what's the name? He's like Ryan, and then they're like, what's your name? And you're like Nick, and they're like Ryan, and you're like, it's Nick, and you just take it.
Just don't give a shit.
Yeah, and the Ryan, and you're just like Starbucks.
I always get my name wrong. It's Nick, guys, and then some other guys like 2 minutes later, he's like, my name's freaking Ryan. What is Nick?
Y'all still haven't made my drink. Oh, Ryan.
And then like I tweet about it, and he responds, and he's like, dude, me too. They always get my name wrong.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, yeah, they named me Ryan. He's like, they named me Nick, and I'm like, oh, it must be a coincidence.
And then
we're like, wait, you were at the one on Edgewater Drive, and then. He's like, yeah, and then we're like, oh my god! And the next thing you know, there's a video of us meeting up, and then there's like a long distance run to each other. And then we just wrap our arms around each other.
Yes?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know what just happened
about Starbucks on this
I'm glad you finally admitted it yourself.
Dude, I felt like that's what the sun was doing to me today. Like when I was on the dock, I feel like I was just drilling in a nail, and then the sun was just behind me.
Hold
just
up.
like,
Drilling in a nail?
yeah, absolutely. It was drilling in a screw, sorry.
You drill in a screw, you drive in a nail.
Screw.
I'm sorry, I'm in the biz.
Okay. Alright. And I did just get paid for it, so I guess we gotta know these things.
Yeah, you do.
So you drill in a nail and you screw in a bit. A bit. You screw in a bit.
You drive in a nail.
You drive in a nail with a hammer. So you don't even hammer it in, you just drive it in?
You don't even
What's the point of that? We going to movies?
You don't even drill in a screw.
Hey, we going to movies? We driving in? Nails?
It's really good.
Hey, we going to the movie called Nails?
Remember when before this we started, you're like, dude, you're gonna have to just talk all the time. I'm so tired, and you haven't shut up this entire time.
What do you want me to do?
Well, this is good. I told you. I told you.
No, this is good.
I told you were gonna be in a good mood, and you're like, "Oh, I'm so sorry."
I'm in a good mood for sure. But
You did work a long. You did work. Yeah. Wow. You did work a long ass day, and you were on that dock, and you look like a lobster. Your back is toast.
How the sun was straddling me.
Yeah.
So
Continue.
I was just like sitting in there driving in a freaking home movie or something, and I feel like I would sit there and then I'd be drilling in a bit, and I'd be drilling in a screw.
So frustrating.
And then I would look over my shoulder and be like, "Oh, what is that?" And then the sun would be like, "Yeah, we keep driving it in. Yeah, I'm right here."
Why is every story so far going sexual? And I'm assuming
Dude,
the
it's
sun
weird,
is a guy. In
If you
this one.
see me, dude, I'm so red. So
Your back.
the
is
sun
way
was
worse
just like
than that.
hanging on me, and it was just like, "Man, that's your day."
No, he's just up there and it's hot.
I'm just freaking driving in a home movie, and he's just like, "Hey, buddy."
The driving in the home movie thing, I think you're gonna lose a lot of the people, a lot of the three that listen to it.
It's okay because I'm drinking.
But I do want to really emphasize the point that both your stories so far, 2 out of 2 stories, have ended with you kissing somebody. And I'm assuming the son was the guy as well.
No, well, what did I say when I said the pronoun? Let me just say they.
How PC. The son is a they. We don't know.
Yeah. I mean, we don't.
That's true.
We don't. Never seen it.
No, has anybody asked?
Have you ever seen it?
It?
Yeah, have you ever seen anything?
Has anybody ever asked
The
his name?
sun ever taking its clothes off? I don't know. Or
There it is again.
the sun's naked, and that's the moon. Because it's taking off the sun, and like the moon is the naked sun. But we know astrology, and we know science, and that's not real. So, we know that. We know this.
I guess.
We know it. The moon's not naked, but is it? You know, it could be. But it's not.
I guess I've never thought about whether or not planets are wearing clothes, if I'm being honest. Nick.
Dude, that's a funny thought. You think Uranus is wearing clothes? Why do you think you got that name? Big.
Shut it down.
And,
Shut it down.
some guys like out there just traveling through space because we're all aliens on this earth. Some guys out there before he landed on Earth and he's just sitting there and he's like, "Oh, damn, he did it!" Uranus. That's Uranus. That one's Uranus. And then the other one's like, "You don't know shit, bro." And then the other dude named some other planet Pluto. And because that guy was hating on him later in life, they're like, "Yeah, Pluto's not a planet. We don't take haters around here." You know?
This has been just an absolute journey so far.
We're going.
It's tough to keep up.
We just came back from space.
So I can't, you drunk?
And like, wait, what? You drink way more than me. You hypocrite. You drink so much more than me. Dude, I swear I haven't even seen you take a sip.
That was the whole point.
This is crazy.
Yeah, because
every time I'm over here, every time I'm like straddling, the sun's straddling.
I'm pretty sure your chair moved like a foot backwards.
Dude, you take sips so discreet.
Yeah, I'm not like you were like.
Yeah,
that sounded like a video you made.
Yeah.
This is gonna be really good. We're just gonna make for a really good promo where you're just like, you looked over there and it's like Uranus.
And I'm like pointing at you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny.
Finish your story though, please.
What was the story about?
About you getting I wanna say
straddled by the sun. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, he obviously violated me. Oh shoot, they violated me. And I'm really red. I need aloe. But yeah, I'm red, and he breathed on my neck.
You gonna call one of your boys?
And he kissed me on my ear. They kissed me on my ear. One of my boys.
Okay, so you were working on the dock all day?
I was working on the dock.
Think about sunscreen?
And I was like, and like my muscles were freaking expanding, and I was sweating down. And I was pouring water on my head, and I was just like,
dude, this is very homoerotic.
And then there was like three or 4 or 5 or maybe 15 girls came out the next door, and I just saw them all like, "Oh my god!" And they were like spraying water on each other and stuff, and I was just over there like,
"You guys got any brothers?"
God!
Where was the dock you were working on?
This was in Lake Georgia. If you know where that is, it's
I don't.
Althea.
Oh wow! How far?
It was 20 minutes. It was a 10-hour day too. That's why I'm so burnt.
Yeah, it doesn't take 10 hours to get burnt, but you sure used the full 10.
Yeah, I did, but it's worth it because girls.
Are you back there tomorrow?
Yeah. I'm gonna go back there tomorrow and we're gonna do the roof. Have you ever worked on a dock yet?
No.
It's not the kind of stuff you do. You're doing houses.
They do like really.
It's nice. It's actually 30 minutes away from our house.
Yeah, I was gonna say Alabama. That's like far. That's UCF area.
Yeah, it is Alpha. Oh, that's our house. It's Lake Georgia.
That sounds familiar. I don't know why.
Yeah, the homeowner said he'd lived in Florida his whole life and never heard of Lake Georgia. And some dude was just telling him about it. And he's like, yeah, you should move. That's where you should get your house at. And it's like really tucked away too. It's pretty cool. But yeah, I was talking to the homeowner for a little bit. It's pretty cool. He's just like,
is that the only thing y'all are doing out there? It's a dog.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah, and then before that, we were at some girl's house, and Forrest is remodeling her bathroom and stuff.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, you told me about that.
And like the Forrest stuff on that one.
Yeah. That's cool.
So I got home so late because we went to Home Depot and he's getting like Forrest stuff for that.
So what did he have you doing with them? Like just handing them stuff all the time, or were you actually putting stuff together?
So I got there. When I first got there, it was like I just drew up 4 feet. Like there was 12-foot boards, boards like 2x6s, and I would measure out 4 feet, until there's 3 of them,
mm-hmm.
12. Because the walkway of the dock is 4-footers, and I used that saw where you go and then like went down, and then I made like a bunch of those, like 30, 40 of those things, and we like got them down, and like he already had it kind of almost halfway done, that walkway, and so we just filled in the rest of them, and then we drilled them all down, and then we didn't need to cut anything, but he had like 2x8s, or no, he had 2x6s. No, they're not 2x6s. The first thing that I was talking about, they're just 12-footers.
So many unnecessary details.
They're just 12-footers. But and then 2x6s.
Or
you learned terminology once.
That's just sizes.
but then the other boards were a lot bigger, and that's for like the big, the actual dock. And so we put that and nailed it down. Let me see if you want to know what I did or not.
I do, but you could sum it up way quicker than tell me every single material.
I nailed the boards down on the dock.
You did it.
Yeah, and Forrest did
That's
too.
Cool.
And then I mean that took like the whole day though. So yeah, that's like.
I was just wondering if you were just like.
So I cut the boards, sawed them, and then went there, lined them up, and nailed them in, and then. It's on this dock though. He went and put a fish feeder on it. The homeowner, so there's just bass and all these fish hanging out there, and like the fish feeder would go off every now and then. Dude, there's like an 8-pound bass that went around. Like
8 pounds.
A big bass. No, not
8 pounds.
6-7 pounds.
4 pounds.
No, that thing.
It looks bigger underwater. They look bigger underwater. That's
a song lyric. Bigger underwater. That's not country at all, but it's like an electronic song. Bigger underwater.
Bigger underwater.
Yeah, imagine like a country song with electronic music.
Would it be a country song?
That'd be terrible.
Actually, that's kind of the route they're going.
Well, yeah, pop so they're blending pop and country, and then they're blending hip hop and country, and then, I mean, I think it would get too crazy if they went country and electronic.
I've said this for a while. Country music that is like the like mainstream country music, like Luke Bryan and those other pansies, it's not country music. It is pop music with a country accent.
Yeah, Luke Bryan, you think he's a pansy? Yeah. Pansy bear. Panda bear. Panda bear is like the most freaking vicious bears of them all, you know that?
Yeah.
You did know that?
It's
surprising though.
Yeah. Why? Because they look cute and cuddly?
They look super cute and cuddly, but there's some weird fact about them.
Is that true though? Because they're like all in captivity.
I know. Oh, polar bear is probably the scariest bear. I would say.
I think it's polar bear.
Because polar bear actually will hunt a human.
Yeah.
They actually
so will grizzlies. So will black bears. Black bears hunt humans.
No way.
Especially ones that have like attacked humans before, or like.
What's your worst like hiking fear? Mine would be probably running into a mountain lion. Because there's dudes that actually.
Yeah, we don't have mountain lions here. We have cougars here.
Cougars would be scary too. They're like.
There's a difference between mountain lions and cougars, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's the tail. It's the tail. The cougar's
Not necessarily.
really
Let's see. Not even necessarily a cougar. It's because cougars and mountain lions, like the biggest they get, I think is like 150 pounds, which is huge. For we'll have to fact check that. I guarantee you that's wrong. Which is huge for like a cat because it's like 150 pounds of death.
Yeah. And what's a lion? Probably like 300 pounds.
They're huge, yeah. But so running into that doesn't scare me as much. I feel like they're more skittish. Running into a bear, though, dude.
Yeah.
Have you seen like a bear attack something? Because bears eat when you're alive. Cats will. I mean, like videos.
No, actually.
Cats like break your neck and like eat your kill you.
They
by the
suffocate you.
Yeah. Bears eat you while you're alive. They just hold you down.
Yeah, they're not even like eating you. They're basically just like killing you. And
they maul you.
That's why the thing is, if you're under a bear, you just act like you're dead.
Yeah, they'll just eat you legs first.
No, I mean they just put their paws on you and they like kind of crush you and stuff. And they like just do that stuff and then they'll like sniff you and then maybe bite you. But they bite you, you're done. There's like bear attack.
They're just like huge dogs.
Yeah, it's funny. If a dog was big, I mean, like if our cats were big, like lions, they'd want to eat us. Because they're little things right now, and they want to eat like tuna and stuff like that.
Yeah, cute. Well, you can tell they like when they're pissed off and they're looking at you. You're like, yeah, I know you try to kill me right now.
Yeah,
because they're mad. They're just kind of like they're just kind of like looking at your neck, and you're like, come get it, dude.
Yeah, you're saying. And then they're saying, "I was bigger than you. I was bigger." But they feel it though. They come.
House cats are the most. This is another fact that I'm a little more sure on this one. House cats are the most efficient killers.
Well, I would not disagree.
I think it's like if a house cat like was proportionately like bigger, they wouldn't be like a lion because they're different. They're still different.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But if they were like the size of a lion, let's say, they would be like the scariest thing ever. Maybe a worse hunter. That's true. Because the reason
a more scary hunter.
The reason they're so efficient is because they just wipe out birds and like small rodents.
Yeah, and they not necessarily for food. What was that?
Siri thought we were talking to her. That was my watch.
Oh, shut up, bro. Siri, I'm on a podcast. But she doesn't answer because I didn't say, hey Siri.
No, it's my watch. You said like...
I was wondering what
you
that
said like...
was.
You said something with an S and it just... thought you were talking about it. No, we weren't, so shut up.
Well, we need to program these things better.
But yeah, house cats were like... are like the most efficient killers. Like they killed the most. So if they were saying like if they were bigger, they would just kill everything.
Yeah, probably.
But then you have to think like there's some sort of like
dude, if Lily's bigger, she would have hawked.
They do kill dogs.
She would have hawked what's her name down? Callie. She would have hawked down, like killed her.
But what was I gonna say? But what they kill is like small stuff, so that probably wouldn't translate to them being bigger. Because then they're. But I think it was more. I think it was more to do with like proportions of like how high they can jump, how fast they can run, and all that kind of stuff.
But they would go and definitely hunt. They would probably, if they were bigger, they would like not stick around your house. They'd be like going out. They'd be finding raccoons, squirrels. They'd be finding all sorts of stuff. Like that would be a wild, and then they'd start fighting for territory.
No, I wasn't talking about keeping them.
Their world like outside the house too. Like they just kind of stick around the house. They kind of stick around the house outside. So, like, I don't think they'd do that. I think they'd start going to, like, Dub Street or something. Like 10 streets over.
Yeah, they would just start picking off
go
neighbors.
Around and, they pick off neighbors. And be like, Charlie's cat got my son the other day. And you're just like, yeah, well, there's nothing we can do. You know, I mean, whatever that test was that the scientists did, they've grown proportionate to their killing ability.
He's moody. Yeah. I don't know how we got there, but
he hasn't had a human meat in a while. Sounds sketch. I mean, that's what that is.
Especially when you said it, psycho.
Human meat.
Human meat.
Human meat.
Oh, too many H's in there.
Yeah, who speaks with H's? White.
And then somebody that's gonna piss off.
Is it
What?
Yes. Are you worried?
I'm not saying that again.
Are you worried about the way I'm talking? That's like Quagmire, Family Guy. He kind of talks.
Worried
like
doesn't have an H in it though.
It's a W. Worried.
But what has an H?
Oh yeah. Fawny.
Fawny. Yeah, man. So you're starting your photography, videography biz. You've kind of already started it a little bit ago, but now you're like,
I'm trying to like really get in there, and
yeah,
give no excuses, but to just grind and try and find. Grind and find.
You ran out of stuff to say right when you started that sentence.
Grind and find that's the motto.
Grind and find.
Put it up there. No, I'm not gonna do it. It's too much work. Grind and find. Finally do it. It feels good. I was talking to Forrest about that today. Like how I was asking him how he's found pricing himself and stuff like that. Because he's ventured off on his own. Which you know that because he's asked you to work on projects. I talked to him about that too. So I was just talking to him like that. But it's a big learning process probably for him and me in the next couple weeks to like start pricing myself and saying what I'm worth. But it just comes with time, so figure it out.
An experience, you gotta build that portfolio.
Yeah, exactly.
But you don't necessarily have to build it by working for other people. You can like do your own stuff and use that as an example.
I can make my own thing.
Yeah.
It doesn't even have to be for money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's good. It's fun. I'm excited.
Yeah, that's cool.
I can see myself being like 26 or 25, 26, 27 range, being where I want to be. If I just go, in the next 3 years.
You gotta go.
3 or 4 years, yeah.
Entrepreneur.
That's awesome. Because I look at like your age and, like all your friends, and it's like everyone's kind of getting into what they want to do now. It's like all around 26, kind of 25, 26.
Yeah, and you still kind of figure it out.
Yeah, and then it's like from there.
It's just like your initial step where you're like, okay, I think I know what I'm going to go for.
And then
it just changes over time, but then, but this is when you start like really going. Like this is what happened for me.
So
within the past year.
So since I can see that like as an influence in my life, I want to be able to start early.
Yeah, absolutely. But the thing is, it might change over time, which is good because then that just means you're figuring stuff out. Like I think that's what a lot of people have is kind of. Just let me finish talking. A lot of people have is the paralysis by analysis, where they're like, oh, but I don't know if this is what I want to do forever, so they just don't even start anything. So it's like you just need to start some stuff, and then it might not be what you want to do, but that's progress because now you know that.
See, that's I have that hanging on my wall. To me, that's like fear of failure or something.
Yeah.
Paralysis by analysis is just like there's so much I want to do, but you just do something, and try and figure it out from there.
Well, paralysis by analysis is exactly what we talked about before we started this, where we were like, we wanted everything to be perfect, and we're like, we just need to do it. And we did the best we could, and like we're still figuring stuff out. We're like, if we don't just start it, we're not going to do it.
Yeah,
that's paralysis by analysis. So we realized that early on.
It's so cool
exactly. And we figured stuff out.
Things like this, like the little logo right there. It's the 3rd episode now, and that's the first time it's like that.
Yeah,
and that's so cool.
No, but I mean, one of the first things we were talking about is like what are we going to talk about on this thing?
Yeah, then it's like, wait, we don't have
and then on our first sound check, which we recorded, but like we didn't release it or anything, obviously it wasn't even our first episode, we were just sitting in desk chairs, and we had like an awesome conversation for 30 minutes. We were like, what was that, like 5 minutes? And we were like, 30 minutes? And we were like, oh, so we just gotta start going. And today, you were like, you gotta carry this conversation, and you haven't shut up about boys.
Maybe the fact that I had like no pressure about it though just kind of helped.
I know it's part of it is
maybe I put the pressure on you by saying you had to carry the conversation.
No, I was ready, dog.
Yeah.
Part of it was that you just had you worked your ass off today, which is like such a good feeling when you come home.
Yeah.
So that's good. But what I was saying was, it's that paralysis by analysis gets a lot of people, including like me, everybody. Like when I was graduating college, I was like, oh, there's like so much pressure on making that decision. And then I was in a career, and I was like, I don't like this, and I just kind of like went completely against my grain, which is like quitting something. And that's the best decision I've made so far.
I was thinking about that on the doc test. I was literally thinking about the job you had for a year, right?
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to know what that was because I don't really know. I know what it is, but I mean, like, I don't know how you got it. I don't know what it is and why you're working for free.
So I got it. I wasn't working for free. I was a contractor. I just wasn't an employee.
So I got it off of.
I got it
like
commission.
Commission.
I got it through one of my mentors. He put me in touch with this younger guy that worked there, and so I talked to him. I asked him to meet up for lunch and stuff. Met with him, asked him about the company, because he's really successful in it.
Like you're just honestly being like curious about the company.
Yeah, I was seeing if I wanted to do it. I met with like 4 people that were in it, all young, see what their thoughts were, and they gave me good advice. But they were all a couple years in, which I think they maybe forgot what it was like in the beginning, for one. But they also liked what they were doing. And so I talked to them, and I was like, this sounds really cool. Like, sounds like something I could definitely be interested in, which I was. For sure, I was definitely interested in it. Yeah. But once I was in it and doing it for a while, and I was like, I don't care enough about this.
Yeah.
And so...
You're just making calls and trying
making a lot of calls. It was investment sales, so it was just seeing if people want to give commercial real estate, sell their properties. Or buy properties.
It's people that don't have their houses for sale, or... Oh, it's buy properties?
It's not houses, commercial. So I was doing what was called net lease stuff, which is like Burger King, Wendy's, like tenants, like Dollar General, so that kind of stuff. So
that to you, that's just like, yeah, I mean, why?
Just not interesting. No, I realized while I was doing it, I was more interested in like the buildings, and like office buildings and things that were more like custom, I guess. And then that's kind of how I fell into the construction side of things.
So you want to be a custom builder?
That's what I am.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that's what you will be. So yeah, you want to be a custom builder?
This is what I want to do.
Okay. Custom homes is specific.
Yeah, it's just not like prefab stuff, or I don't know, prefab's not the right word, but like, I'm blanking on
it's basically
where you use like 5 or 6 templates and you just build a bunch of houses off those templates. No, this is like clients tell you what they want. And so that's what...
You never, like, wanted to be into, like, developing an entire neighborhood or anything like that?
I'd rather invest in something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I would actually want to do it. Just not... It's...
Maybe like
fun, it's not as fun for me. Like, the fun part is, like, the custom part.
Mm-hmm. And it's, like, the creation of... creating someone's space for them and, like, turning their idea into...
Yeah, exactly. Like, why people love HGTV and, like, Fixer Upper and that stuff.
Yeah.
It's, like... That's what I'm actually doing.
You see really cool. You see all the drawings, and then you see the process, and then you see the finished product.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, it's nothing.
They just fill you with what you want.
It's nothing like that show, because they work in a vacuum where they have all these people, and they design it and build it, which is like, it speeds up the process. What slows down the process so much is the designers, because they change stuff left and right, and so it's not done in like 6 weeks like they do it on that show. It's done in like a year and a half. But yeah, it's cool. I really like it. But yeah, the whole point was...
But that what you're doing would just be like a house here, house there, house there, house here, just random.
Yeah.
It's like one house at a time.
And it's not always... It's like half renovations, half new builds. Pretty much. That's how it is right now anyways. But the renovations are like complete renovations. For the most part.
Yeah, I don't know if I don't think I just can't see myself being like... doing labor my whole life or something.
No. Who would want to do that?
Yeah, I mean, I guess. Yeah, but I just don't even want to go through the process of like the beginning part of having to do labor. It's not my style. Not my.
Not your style.
It's not my style, man. I'm too edgy.
Yeah.
I'm too.
But the thing is that is like, I guess, one of the barriers to entry is that
You kind of have to be a laborer.
no, you don't have to. I don't think you have to, but it makes you know what you're doing a lot more. When I say labor, I mean like both seeing the destruction of something and then seeing the building of something and participating in both.
Yeah.
Because it really does teach you a lot about how a job site runs.
Yeah. There's
and
a
at
process.
first, I was like, damn, this is like, I don't want to do this, but I didn't do it for that long. And then afterwards, I was like, I understand why I did that.
When I worked for Freeno, I was like strictly doing demo, so it was just all about destroying things and like you had to get it to a certain point to where people could start to like upbuild it, you know, like start building and or adding onto it, and then just digging the trenches so someone could like put their like digging the trench around so the patio could be pushed out further or something for one of the Freeno houses in Winter Park. Just that work in the summer sun was just like, oh my god, with the freaking sweat dropping down my arms and the girls then spraying the water and the boys. Yeah, and the sun breathing on my neck. Just come here.
Yeah, it is hot as shit.
You hey, you go to college or something? Drinking fast there, bud?
No, just thirsty.
You thirsty, boy?
Where did I pull this out from?
You thirsty guy?
Yeah. Yeah, it's but that whole, to bring it all the way back, the paralysis by analysis is what kills a lot of people. And you're kind of pushing through that point right now, which is cool.
Yeah.
Because you will fail at stuff. You're going to suck at shit.
Oh, no, I don't want that. Nah, I want it. Paralysis, I mean, like, I never really was paralyzed by analyzing. I never really was doing that. But I would say mine is just like, I just have this fear of not doing what I want to do.
Yeah.
Like, I have this fear, and it does push me to find, like, okay, now I need to, like, start making calls and finding clients and, like, finding work and making money somehow through making videos and stuff like that. So all that can turn into one day me making actual, like, short films or, like, my own style type of video that's, like, a travel video that is for a tourism board, and then also make my own stuff on the side just because I have all these skills and knowledge and I'm traveling full time because I'm finding ways to do it and stuff. That's the goal, is to travel. Like, I just want to travel and tell my story and other stories maybe, but I just want to tell my personal experience and hopefully change the world. Hopefully just like that someone can see something and just think differently or think or remind them about something or something like that.
Yeah.
I have all these ideas. I have 2 ideas right now for films that I want to make. And
cool. Well,
it's hard to like get it out there.
Yeah. Well, that's the...
Yeah, because you have to go step by step.
Yeah.
How am I going to shoot it?
It is a slow process, too. But that's... I forgot what I was going to say. Yeah, but in order to do that stuff that you want, like your end goal really is getting to the point where you can travel and that becomes part of your job.
It's sustainable, yeah.
But that's not, like, I feel like a lot of people...
And it's not the end goal. Yeah.
It's not... Well,
it's just where I want to... Yeah, I thought that's what you were going to say.
No. A lot of people, like, you can't just jump there. You have to actually build something and then take that something there. You can't, like... Because I know what you want to do, because that's what I would want to do. I'm not saying you.
Yeah, but tell me.
People. Is that you would want to be like, yeah, but I want my business to be like me traveling, so I just need to go traveling. It's like,
that makes sense.
Yeah, but you can't. You have to build something in order to take it somewhere. If you don't have anything, you're just figuring out while you're traveling. You're just wasting time and wasting money.
Yeah, and you're wasting time because you're not going to build it. I mean, like, and plus, let's say I haven't built anything yet, and like, okay, I'm at a place where I can travel. Travel full time. Whether it's through videos or not, like, okay, I'm traveling full time now. It's like, yeah, but I still don't have any brand yet, you know? I didn't build anything yet, right. So it's still not where I want it to be.
And you may think that because you have the time now to travel, that it's the best time to do it. When in reality, the business that you're making will be shaped around the fact that you can take time off. Not off, though. You can take time away from your home base, because you do need a home base. Or else you're just kind of floating around. You'll take time away from your home base and actually do something different, but the core of your business needs to be settled, really.
Mm-hmm. And like, these dreams are so big and you can make them all happen, but it's like, and then it's like, oh, well, now, and then you're like, oh, well, God, so, just like threw up in my mouth. But you freaking, the goals are so big, and I'm doing the Geoff thing right now, pointing up here, doing up here. The goals are so big, and then I don't even know how to explain this, but it's like the goals are so big, and then I'm so worried about like making a phone call, and I'm scared to go get my first job and price myself and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
It's like, it's so funny how you just gotta go up and then climb up.
It's nerve-wracking, and that's actually something that I can speak a lot about. Is, did I say a boat? Was that Canadian?
Yeah.
That I can speak a lot about is that kind of making phone calls. Literally, that's all I did for my first job, and that sucked because you're like, what do I have to offer? I don't know anything, and you might feel like that now, but for the people that want to hire you, you know exponentially more than they do.
Yeah.
But you think almost like, why would they hire a young guy? Like, I don't deserve to be hired or something. And then for my current industry that I'm in now, it's a lot of older guys. But like old, like literally the median age is above 50. But I have to come in there and run job sites as a 25-year-old and tell people what to do. And at first I felt weird doing it, and I was like, why would they listen? Like, they know what they're doing. Like, they're gonna look at me like, oh, it's a young guy, they kind of, which was not the case at all, because when you're the boss of a site, you're the boss of the site, and that's how you kind of need to act. Because now I know when I walk in there and tell somebody something, I'm telling them for a reason. They're gonna respect why they need to do it, and no one ever disrespected me.
Are you just like telling people to do stuff? Like,
you just tell them what you need done.
Tell them what you need done. You kind of think,
like, when can we put on the schedule?
Explain why.
No, they know why.
Yeah,
and they're professionals at it. And then you just put them on the schedule. Like, can we bump that up? Can we, whatever. I kind of need that done now. Whatever. And it's always fun because they know how it works. And people in the professional world, which are people that you're going to be talking to, they know how business works. They love seeing young people.
They love seeing it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So you need to carry yourself as if you know what you're talking about, because you do. You know that you don't know everything you need to know.
I was going to say.
Which is all you need to know. That's one of my favorite quotes. But all you need to know is that you don't know all you need to know.
Oh, wait. All you need to know is that you don't know all you need to know.
Yeah.
You don't know all you... Yeah, okay. And that's fine.
And that's good. Because at least you're aware. You're not walking in there like, I'm the best.
Before there's a thought.
Yeah.
To what you were saying about...
right.
You going before... What you're saying about you going and everyone's older in your business and stuff like that, I was saying, it's like, yeah, but then you start to realize that all these people are stuck in their ways. They're not learning. Like, some people are just difficult to deal with. It's like, like, they want that fresh blood. Fresh blood in there is good.
Mm-hmm.
You coming in there and kind of shaking things up and being like, like, we gotta get. It's almost like you're holding people accountable. I don't know what the freedom of business is like, but it's like if some people have kind of like just gotten lazy or like, they're older and stuff like that and not respecting the job anymore. You kind of come in and you say, like, no, this is, because you're going to be taking over the business, if maybe. And then my other thing I was going to say is I do have that second voice in my head where when I'm feeling unconfident, I have the second voice in my head like, no, like, you're good, like, stop, like, you're fine and you're going to do something. You're going to make some shit happen.
Yeah, that's like the competitive.
Yeah,
I don't want to say like arrogant.
Yourself.
I don't want to say like arrogant. I guess the ego. Because it's not arrogant. It's just like you do need to build that confidence.
Mm-hmm.
And it's hard, like, as a young person coming in, you're like, I need to be respectful of the older people. Like, I need to know my place and all that kind of stuff. But no, you come in, and for us, we're competitive. We've been competitive before. Sports, like everything. So we can kind of access that part of ourselves and use it to build the confidence.
Yeah,
Does that make
that makes so much sense. Like,
Yeah.
it's like a tool. If you're not feeling confident, it's like this something ingrained in you kicks in, and it's like, no, you're not going to be a little like bitch or something. Like, are you? Like, you're not going to do that. Like,
no, it's like you're almost like, no, I'm gonna win.
Yeah,
and
you're gonna win, and you're not gonna.
And like you're competing.
That's when I talk about the whole fear thing. That's me fighting those two voices against each other in my head. That's what it is. It's like me being like, oh man, but I'm just like, I don't want to like put myself out there so much, and then like it not happen, or me not do what I want to do, and then my other voice is like, no, but this is what you want. So are you gonna be 50 years old and be like, why the fuck didn't I do it?
Yeah, and
like this is what you want. So
and you do kind of, which is so weird because we were raised to be humble. Like our parents raised us through mostly through sports. It does bite you a little bit.
Thank you. Thank you.
Where they were like, you walk out on the field, you're not the best there ever was. You're no better than anybody else on that field. As a person.
Who said that?
As a person. That's what. Yeah.
No, but have you heard these words?
No, but
yeah. You haven't heard these words?
No.
So it's like it's so.
No. I'm saying. See, we were always the best. No, not at all.
But what were you saying?
But I'm saying we were raised to be like sportsmanship, like all that kind of stuff, with like a lot of humility. Like you don't talk about yourself. You don't.
Yeah.
You don't boost yourself up. Which is helpful.
I like that
which is helpful. Yeah, which is helpul when you're developing as a person. You realize your place in life. You realize that you're not that important. You're important to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You realize you're not that important to other people, and I don't mean that in a negative way. I mean, like, why would you be as important to other people as they are to themselves? It's like, so we were taught that from a young age, but then you start to carry that into your professional life, and you're like, oh, like I shouldn't. Like I should.
Yeah.
Like making a resume.
It's almost like it's the opposite.
Making a resume is a perfect example. Do you remember making your first resume where you had to talk about yourself?
Yeah.
Weird experience. A lot of people have trouble with it.
Yeah.
Where you have to kind of boost yourself up. Like, I feel weird saying this. Like, and I remember mom telling me, like, no, you have to make yourself sound good. And I was like, that's so the opposite of what you tell me for everything else.
That's a good point.
Yeah. But that's kind of what you got to do. And so what I find easiest is instead of thinking of it as I have to, like, make myself sound good, I think of like, okay, this is a competition. I don't have any actual competition. I'm not competing against anybody, but I'm competing against myself yesterday, almost. Where it's like, yeah, that was fine, whatever, but I can be better than that. Like, fuck that, I'm going to be better than that.
Yeah.
And this is so inspirational right now.
Because you have this, because like every now and then, you just get this perfect, clear insight about what you could be and what your output could be and your productivity could be and stuff like that. Like, I think about this sort of stuff, and I'm like, I could be doing all these sort of things with different sort of people. And then when your day goes by or like a week goes by and you feel like you haven't been doing that, then that's like that inner battle comes in, and then you come back to just saying like, no, like you gotta do this, like do it, get back up and do it, like, it's not like you have to get back up or anything, but it's
I know exactly what you're saying.
But when you have this self expectations for yourself, it can really get you down when you're not performing to them, especially when you're like us or like me. I have such high standards for myself and my performance, just because I've always
constantly disappointing.
I've always been the best at like sports and everything. I'm just casually throwing everything in there.
So cocky.
But usually when I say everything, it just means
I'm the best at sports and everything.
Usually if I say everything, it just means I can't think of anything else to say. so
remember when we were talking about how we were raised to be humble and you said you're the best at everything?
Yeah. That's me just rebelling against my childhood.
No. I think what you mean is you've had success in things.
I've been good at sports, and it's like I always just knew how to be good at sports. I knew how to practice it and get good at it. Like I knew how to play the sport.
IQ.
But the
IQ was high.
Main thing I noticed was that I always had I always just knew what I had to do to practice it. But it's different when it's video and photo and building a business, it's like you don't really know how to practice it.
Yeah.
You don't know like to just go outside and play in the yard for 3 hours. Like
Like it's not as obvious. It's not as apparent.
Yeah, it's more like a thing here and a thing here. And then you're like, well, I want to be here, so I don't really know how to get there.
It's more practicing mindsets than it is actual practicing activities.
Okay.
Like you can't go out and play wall ball and develop your skills. It's like you have to wake up and like interpret your just whole day differently.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to improve on how you run through your days, really. Well, at least for me. I don't know. You have like an actual thing you can practice.
Got any tips? No, yeah, I do.
Yeah, just be more home.
No, but like for thinking about your day differently or something. Like, what do you mean? Like you wake up and you're like, oh, I'm just gonna be better. Is that all it is for you? I'm just gonna be
No. So I don't wake up and think anything.
I'm actually not thinking when I wake up.
I wake up and I think I'm tired.
Mm-hmm.
And then I get up and I just go through the motions until I'm in my car on the way to work. And I'm like, oh, okay, gotta work. That's the God's honest truth.
For real? Like you're in the car and you're like, all right, I'm on my way to work now.
I'm not saying like I black out like murder three people in the car on the way to work. I'm just saying like, I'm just saying, yeah, I'm just saying, Eminem, I'm just saying my goal in the morning immediately, because I feel like a lot of people are like, oh, you just wake up. I'm not that much of a morning person. I feel like a lot of people are. I wake up.
Are you saying people are thinking that you're a morning person?
No, just when you hear the advice in the morning, it's like you need to wake up at 4 a.m., you need to work out before work, you need to go to work, crush it, come home, work out again, meditate. It's like, that's too much.
Oh, okay.
I just wake up, I'm tired.
It is.
I'm tired. I try to go to bed by 10, almost always after 11 o'clock. And I wake up like before 6. So I'm tired when I wake up. I get ready for work.
Yep.
I usually go get a coffee, and that's like the most exciting. That's what gets me out of bed.
Oh, you go get coffees? Where do you go?
I've been going to Dunkin' recently. It's been really good.
Dude, I used to get their vanilla lattes.
I get iced cappuccinos.
Fire, I have to try it.
They're strong. But yeah, so that's my goal. Is like I just want a coffee. So I get up, get ready for work, all that stuff, just to get a coffee. And then I drink the coffee.
Reward.
Yeah, it is
the next step.
And the next step is I'm driving to work, listening to a podcast, which I enjoy.
And that's like your mind.
And then I start my day. I'm in a good mood. As long as I try, my goal really is to start my day in a good mood. Because if I do it, I'm having a productive day. Even if I'm tired, I'm having a productive day. Because I can be tired and in a good mood. Like today, I was exhausted, but I was in a good mood. I had a good day. And for me, the way I kind of improve myself daily is subconsciously. Like I don't think about stuff like.
You don't think about like
it's so hard.
Yourself?
Yeah, it's so hard to do that. I just try to be curious because for my job, that's really helpful.
Yeah, I mean, and for your job for anyone's job when they choose a career though, anyone, like the beneficial thing is that you're consumed with it every day, every hour. So like you kind of go to sleep with it in the back of your head, thinking of problems. Like if I go to bed with an editing thing that's annoying the crap out of me, oftentimes I'll wake up in the morning and I'll just be like a clear head and I'll be able to just figure it out.
Yeah.
But the night before, I was like 2 hours and I was just like, God, I don't even care anymore, and then I'll just go to bed and then I wake up and it's like my brain was thinking about it, That's really
or it was maybe that you weren't thinking about it and you come at it from a fresh perspective. Because when you
get my own beer, I guess.
Because when you like burn yourself out like that, that's not helpful either. Which is, I think something our generation realizes maybe a little bit more than the older generations.
Burnout.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a goal presentation.
See how that just happened?
What? Oh, hold on. I was gonna say, show how it landed.
Yeah, because the older generation is definitely about the hard work and the grind and stuff, but they don't understand the kind of
they don't know anything about like mental health.
Yeah, but the kind of if you take a break, literally, just in the middle of the day or the middle of the morning or like whatever, and just do something you want to do, like go on Instagram or whatever. The following hours after that are so much better. You're just in I just feel like that's maybe hopefully something that's being explored after a lot of people are working from home. is that you don't have to have that bullshit 9 to 5.
You don't have to be like, go.
It's not like somebody has to like look at you all the time. It's like people will just work if you pay them.
It's why when you start looking online, just things I've seen online, looking online, and learning about business and business podcasts and like starting your own thing, being an entrepreneur. It's like the people talk about
Gary Vee.
It's so much
college. Fucking quit! Shut up.
Yeah, and then it's the people talk about. Some people out there. There's people out there. They are. We're not gonna name them. But no, I've definitely seen this, and they'll be talking about how it's definitely better when you have your own thing and you're not working a 9 to 5 anymore, and you're spending.
Oh, you're working like 24/7.
It's 24/7.
You really are.
You're able to put in a solid 3 hours.
Yeah.
And you come back to it maybe after a couple hours, and you can choose to work. It's like work smarter, not harder. But literally, it's you put in 3 solid real hours of work on your own business instead of spreading out of a 9 to 5, and you're like just burned out. And most of the time, you're not working. Like go into your office or a corporation. There's oftentimes not a lot of work being done unless they have a phone call. But other than that, they're just doing shit.
People probably work for
so they can
4 hours a day.
Cram, a handful of
So if
hours.
you just put in 2 hard hours, then a break, and then 2 more hard hours, and then kind of do your preliminary and post work day stuff at the beginning and end of the day.
Yeah,
that's a successful day.
That's a good day.
What? Yeah.
See, that's what it's all about. I think you just need to find a way to be able to make your own thing, build your own thing, and have your own schedule. Because
what ends up happening is that when you run your own business, you're not thinking about it as in, I have to start working at 9. It's like, I get to wake up and start
get
some shit done.
And it's all on you.
And then you work throughout the day, and then you work probably in the evening, and it's just more a part of your life than it is work.
Mm-hmm.
Which is cool about
and it is your life, and you have to find a way to make it work.
Yeah. For
it to be what you can do instead of having to go find a job. So that's pretty cool. I'm really into that whole building something. I need to get more into it. I need to just start putting out videos right now. It doesn't need to be travel content or anything like that. I should just put out.
That's what I'm saying.
I should just put out concepts and different ideas, and just even speak to the camera and show shots of Florida or something. But
you just need to be honing your chops right now.
Yeah, I want to talk about different things. Yeah, honing my chops and technical skills.
Yeah. You don't have to. That's my point. Is you don't have to know what exactly you want to be, your brand. You just need to start, and you'll find that way.
I had an idea,
which is what we did with this.
Yeah, I had an idea about what my brand, I had an idea of while I'm waiting for my brand to magically happen, develop in my head. I want to just do a Florida travel series and just film videos of going to different places in Florida and make videos like that. And then through that, when I have these videos, then I can start sending them to tourism board of Orlando or the tourism board of Florida and stuff like that.
So you're thinking more professional, less bloggy? Well, I guess you can add a little bit of that element.
I don't know what you mean by that.
You know what I'm talking about, where it's hey, I'm going to this is what we're doing, blah, blah, blah. And then you just kind of, it's a lot of first person. You're thinking more of, what a tourism board would kind of want.
I'm definitely the type of person that would be vlogging, but
but you can have a little bit of that
short film.
Yeah,
I'm not talking about literally making a movie. That's not what I mean.
I know what you mean.
It's a very niche genre of YouTube content, but
kind of like what you did for the Great Ocean Road.
Yeah, that and I want to have a message over.
Was it Nick Films on YouTube or Nick George?
It's Nick George. I changed it just because it's just
watch the Great Ocean Road.
Yeah,
that's a cool one.
Nick George on YouTube, and we can actually link my YouTube to the YouTube video. The Great Ocean Road is pretty cool just because it's a cool trip.
That was a really cool
video. But the New Zealand video was just all on my iPhone, and I didn't even know if I was gonna make a video out of that. I wasn't even trying to. I just later, when I was back in Australia, was gonna make a video out of it and just put together the iPhone videos. And then think about how much later it was that I started really editing it in America. So I went to New Zealand like in March.
Yeah, I was surprised when you showed me some of the footage and you were like recording, getting off the bus and everything. I was like, wait, you recorded this? You knew you were gonna make a video? You're like, no. Oh, damn, that was good.
Yeah, I was just doing it. Well, I did have the idea of, maybe this will be shown, but I didn't think I'd be making a New Zealand video or something.
Yeah.
But it's funny how it all pieced together, because first it was just putting all the clips together and the music, and I was just trying to figure out how to make it kind of tell the story of my travel, and I didn't have any voiceover or anything like that. And so I did the New Zealand trip in March 2019 and ended up editing the video in 2020 of, this year, like February or March, whatever month it is now, March, April, May, June. I released it like a couple months ago. Yeah. And so I actually put my voice on the video a year later, which is crazy. And the voice sounds like I'm in the moment.
Same person.
No, it sounds. I'm saying like, yeah, now we're here and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
But it's cool, and it kind of, the voice aspect kind of helped push along the story, which is cool. And like, there's these short films on YouTube he'll be in Asia, and it's basically just like a cool film of them going through Asia, but he's telling us a message or something, or like something that's on his mind.
Yeah.
And he's not like saying like I'm cool or something. It'll be like, oftentimes we find ourselves in, like that sort of thing.
I hate when people say oftentimes.
Yeah, no.
I probably said it this episode.
Yeah. I've actually never heard of that ever happening, and it just came out of my head. Oftentimes.
We get too stressed out by everything in life.
But if you're watching this video or listening to this podcast and you want to know what kind of content I want to make, look up Emmett Sparling, Sam Calder, and J.R. Ali on YouTube and watch their videos. That's what I want to do.
What was that Aussie dude that you showed me with all the cool transitions?
Yeah, and watch Ben TK. He's cool.
That was a really cool video. You said it took him a month to make it?
Yeah, he said that was like, and they did a questions and answers video about that, and someone was like, how long did it take? And he's like, to me, that'd be, but he said if I was working every day, it would take me a month. And he said it was like 6 months because he just didn't care. He worked on other videos. He just didn't piece together all at the same time, but a month to like every day, that's pretty crazy. That's crazy. That's a lot of work.
That's a ton of work. It shows in that video, though. That was really cool.
And it's funny because that stuff is like so cool, but it's also super unnecessary. All you need.
No, he was just, like I said, he was just like flexing.
Yeah.
He would never make every video like that.
Yeah, but
just like a lot of like really cool filmography and videography. It was just really cool.
But every video has like some sort of special thing.
Yeah, he has a style.
Yeah, he's a style. So that's what it is. It's all about developing your style. But what? Dude, that sounded like someone was just opening a door or something.
I think we just got hit by lightning.
Dude, remember when we were in the car next to the 7-Eleven and the lightning hit that power box next to us?
Yeah,
and it exploded? I was just telling about someone that yesterday. What was I saying when I was like stuttering?
I don't remember.
I don't know, I said like stuttering. I don't think I've said that a lot.
You stutter a lot.
I don't think I've said like a lot this episode.
I have, I feel like.
But no, I don't think so. But
no, I don't think so.
No, I don't think so. Ask your Apple Watch. It's probably listening. But
hello.
But we hit the power box. I was telling
you. Yeah, it exploded like on my car
yesterday. And it exploded. And all the pieces fell around us. And we're like, what? How did that not get on?
It was right as we were going to, so I just like sped up a lot.
But that was like, boom, and then we were just like, what the heck?
No,
we were right.
That's the closest I've ever been to lightning.
Mm-hmm. Me too.
Yeah.
It has to be.
It was scary.
The other closest I've ever been was when we were little and we'd go to Trotters Park and there'd be storms.
Mm.
There's lightning all around us. There's lightning all around us.
You scared? You were scared?
Remember when I didn't like fireworks? I mean, you maybe want to remember, but the family knows that I didn't like fireworks.
You're very Italian.
The family knows.
Yeah, I remember that. I do remember that, actually.
It was very brief.
It was like you would go to the lake and you would freak out about the fireworks.
Yeah, I would hide it. Did you have any topics? Something specific? What?
Yeah.
What?
We don't really have time anymore.
What? We can go as long as we want.
That's true, I guess.
What's the topic?
God damn it. I feel like we keep it under like an hour. That's good.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Yeah, we covered a lot. I don't know. I saw something like right before we started that I wanted to get your opinion on.
Is it gonna be about the freaking Seattle?
No.
Okay, good.
We'll talk about that one later. So
Let's still be talking.
I'll read the headline. Scientists make bigger monkey brains with the help of a human gene.
So they're making humans.
So listen.
They're making humans, dude.
So they introduced this gene that in humans plays a fundamental role in evolutionary history of humans. So it basically advances cognitive abilities. So
Of the monkey?
Whatever has it. In humans, that's why we have advanced cognitive abilities. So the gene they've been putting in these monkeys and they compare them to other primates and they have these advanced abilities. But they're saying what it does is it enlarges the neocortex, which is what separated Homo sapiens from like the other
human things or whatever.
Humanoid things, whatever they're called.
Yeah.
In developing the way we did. So basically, Planet of the Apes.
Yeah, so
they're just making smart monkeys.
They're making human monkeys.
They're making monkeys with human brains.
So monkeys coming for your ass.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah. Coming for everybody's ass, really.
For everyone's ass.
So, what are your thoughts on smart monkeys?
I mean, I would not want to have a smart monkey.
Dude, they're scary enough.
But dude, chimpanzees already attack their human owners and rip them apart.
Yeah, we had a neighbor that happened to you. Not to you.
I mean, we had a neighbor that happened to me.
That happened to me.
The neighbor happened to me, the monkey.
Do you remember Dub Shred?
No,
the neighbor behind us.
This is crazy.
The neighbor, yeah, you were real young.
I just hit that.
The neighbor behind us had monkeys.
What kind?
Chimpanzees.
No.
Yeah, and
we were kids,
and it killed her.
No.
Yes.
What? Is that the news story I heard?
Yes, it was like eating her face or whatever.
There's this other lady in the news.
Dude, she was weird. I remember we would hop up on the fence and look over in her yard, and she had monkeys.
I never saw.
And she had a bunch of weird other animals.
The house again?
Like if it was our lot, it was the house that like
house where we
our corners touched. Double check.
Oh, okay. So
you were a babe.
No, but was it that thing that had that little concrete barrier that separated us from the lot? Like you go into our backyard and it had that concrete barrier. You kind of hop over that concrete barrier to go to the other house. You go to the backyard. There's a trampoline.
There's no concrete.
There's like that little concrete wall.
No, it was like a chain link fence.
Whatever.
Yeah, it was a chain link fence.
So was it a house?
It wasn't the people directly behind us. It was the lady diagonally.
So yeah, so it was like
if you're looking out our back door, back to the
right.
left.
Oh, so is that way?
Yeah.
Oh, whoa.
All right, the corners of our lots. You're probably familiar.
So you remember looking at a monkey? Was it like you saw it or?
Yeah, I saw it.
Everyone saw it.
It was in a cage. Everybody saw it. No, it wasn't like.
But I just didn't know.
In my imagination.
Or maybe you guys said monkey, and I was just like, monkey. I was too young.
Yeah, you were too young. But that monkey killed that lady.
That's so
Chimpanzees.
crazy.
So you're telling me that these athletic freaks of nature were gonna put human brains in?
Have you seen that island with like the scary, deadly monkeys?
Mm-hmm.
And they're like
the gorillas that are like 8 feet tall. Or not?
No,
they're
chimpanzees.
Yeah.
But they're like angry as shit and they kill people, and only the locals can go over there and they like give them food, and they only accept the locals. but but if anyone goes there on a voyage or whatever, and like Jane from Tarzan or something goes over there, and they would just freak out on her.
Yeah.
But chimpanzees with human brains, not okay. We just stop that. Stop the science on that one. Why aren't we?
We're good on the chimps.
Why aren't we trying to focus on building human intelligence as much as we are monkey intelligence?
Why don't we fix human brain? Well, that's probably actually what they're doing.
Yeah, this crazy theory. My God.
Tell me it. You're sliding further and further back. You know that?
No, further my chair?
Yeah.
Because I was literally leaning forward, so I didn't know what you meant by that. My chair? Yeah, maybe. But maybe it's because I'm just like, jumping up and down. But I gotta lay this out. So, you guys ready for this? So this is what we got. We have, let's just say, humans evolved from monkeys, and we are where we're at today. We know that. We're where we're at today. And we're at this stage where we're going to be diving into artificial intelligence, maybe at one point putting our consciousness into something to where we could kind of be living forever and be intelligent to where we wouldn't even necessarily have to be of this earth. And we see we're evolved monkeys, but we still see monkeys, and we see them around in the wild, and we just think we came from that. That's crazy. But you don't see monkeys turning into humans anymore. So what I'm saying is this.
That's how evolution works.
So, yeah, I know. But I'm saying, those monkeys over millions of years, it's not like they're going to turn into humans.
Yeah, exactly. It's a different thing.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is the same way that we've evolved from monkeys, and now we can still see monkeys at that monkey stage.
Mm-hmm.
What if there's someone, and they talk about this, there's always these stories of intelligence looking at us. What if we are looking at us at our current state right now as human intelligence? And that's what people think aliens are and stuff like that. What if we have figured out artificial intelligence and we're looking at our evolution, at our previous
You mean like this is a simulation kind of thing?
And that's where the simulation theory comes from.
Yeah,
but this wasn't created. This is all evolution, and it's everything. Like, it's coming from monkeys, and we've turned into humans, and then humans turn into artificial intelligence, and then artificial intelligence is able to be out there and stuff like that. But what if they can be looking at us? What if they can be looking at us
over there?
And they're like, that stage of evolution is looking at humans as we are now. And they're like, dang, they're right at the cusp. They're right at that level. They're about to figure it out.
Well, that's how time goes, though. Is that everybody thinks
time isn't real.
And that's a perfect example for our society now and how it was. It's in the 70s, it was a revolution. 60s and 70s, it was the people, power to the people kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And they're this is the most advanced time. Things are advancing so much. It's of course it is, because it's the farthest along humans have been.
Exactly.
So, and we feel the exact same way now. But it's you can go back and look at that time and think those people thought, we can look at the stage they were at and see how much less advanced they were to where we are now.
But the things we're starting to talk about now, putting a computer chip in your head, and you can start to pull up all this information.
Yeah,
and you just listen to a conversation. They're saying how we're definitely going to be, we're definitely going to be going towards putting our, cells into something else.
Oh, they're already doing it, CRISPR and stuff. You can edit genes, but
exactly
with
and uploading your consciousness into something, and space travel, going out there, just into the deep.
Yeah.
What if that's us, speaking back and stuff like that? And that's what people think aliens.
They get real deep then. Yeah.
Yeah. It's not really. I don't believe it. But
we'll just end it on that.
I don't believe it. I just think that's a.
No, it is
because it's a theory, and it's just something to think about.
Yeah, because you think about we think now, oh, it's so crazy. We're working on artificial intelligence and AI.
We can kind of see.
Same thing. Said it twice, and we're seeing. We're oh, we're so advanced. And then you go back and you look at the original internet. We're so advanced, and they couldn't do shit. And so that's kind of things you always wonder where we're going to end up. But there's no way of knowing, because things just become, they're either not pragmatic and they don't work out, like flying cars.
And the
it's we thought we would have flying cars. We can make cars fly.
But the thought of that,
but there's just not efficient or pragmatic to have cars flying instead of driving.
It'd be absolutely terrible. The noise pollution of that would be horrible.
And
No one would want that.
So many crashes. People already suck at driving.
Oh yeah, so many deaths. But the you said just say like the beginning of your
I forgot
because it made me think something.
What I was talking about is we think we're so advanced now, but we can't even begin to predict like where we're gonna be. Basically, like how the internet changed the world in I think it was the late 80s. I want to say, or like 90 or something. Changed the world, and people were like, "Oh my god, like this is it." And then you look fast forward to now, we have that in our pockets, and it's so much better. And we're still advancing, and we're getting into AI stuff.
Got it.
And we're stopping her. And we're thinking we're so advanced, but then we don't know where it's going to end up.
You're talking about advancing, but what I'm saying is that's it's not even it's not real that we would always even be advancing forward.
Oh, we're seeing that right now.
Like time isn't a thing of we're always getting better.
Yeah,
that's only happened. That's only happened within the Industrial Revolution up until now.
Mm-hmm.
But that doesn't mean that we're always just going to be getting better as humans. Like things could go drastically backwards. And then the example,
asteroid or the nuclear war.
Yeah, and just like doing something that makes everyone's lives horrible. And then like you mess up intelligence or something, and it's really not good for humans.
Like but what's the movie Idiocracy?
The example is just the intelligence and the advanced, how advanced the Mayans were when they built the pyramids. And it's like we don't even know how they did that, how they managed to do that and line it up perfectly. And it's like, why don't we have that knowledge? We've gone from that stage, we've gone back in just that aspect. We've gone backwards in knowledge in that case. So the thought that we're always going to have this knowledge expanding and development going up is not real.
Yeah, but it's also, that's kind of like a one-dimensional way of looking at progress. Where it's like, I'll just relate it to something that I know about, is you can go into like an engineer that specializes in prefab construction walls, let's say. And then you say, I need this 4 foot by 4 foot corner of one of the walls in my house. I need to like get it redone. Can you redo it? They're going to be like, yeah, I can redo it. Give me like 4 to 6 weeks. I'll make the prints. I'll print out everything. We'll get everything like done and ready to go. And then, or what you could do is just go to a carpenter. Be like, I need this 4 foot by 4 foot corner of my house redone. And he'll be like, okay, I'll be over there tomorrow. I'll have it done tomorrow. And it's like, yeah, the carpenter is using less advanced technology, but that doesn't mean it's better. I mean, that doesn't mean it's worse. So when you talk about the Mayans, it's like, yeah, we have more advanced technology, but they might have been way more efficient in doing what they were doing the way they were doing, and maybe we just haven't figured out that way that they were doing it. But that, them being able to do that,
they did it back then.
I know. But that doesn't necessarily mean the fact that they were able to do it back then was the best way to do it.
But yeah,
I'm confused.
No, that makes. I mean,
but you know what I'm saying? Where
yeah,
it's
but
like,
also I could like rebuke that.
But it's in vice versa. It's like if we go to try to build pyramids, the way they did it might have been the best way to build a pyramid.
But it was the whole thing with how they aligned it with the stars, and they made the Mayan calendar and everything, and they made built the pyramids and how massive they are, and just the structure of it. It just was not. It's just something that we can't figure out, or we haven't figured out how to do it. I don't know. I mean,
well, because we don't need to. We skipped that step,
and we don't have the access to hundreds of thousands of slaves like they did.
Yeah, but we also don't need to do that. We can design it in graphic design equipment or software, and have it all fabricated, made, and built. Yeah, how do you think we built skyscrapers?
We could probably. But that's the point, though. So we could do that and build the pyramids probably with the technology to like align it to stars and stuff like that, and then the blueprints to go do the exact same way that the Mayans did. But they did that without the technology and the know-how, and they were just this isolated society.
That's my question.
That no one else had.
That's my question. Is when you start getting to that point, is that relevant? They were advanced for their
Why
time.
wouldn't it be?
We figured out new and more efficient ways to do stuff.
So we figured out. Okay,
so we don't necessarily even need to know how they did it because we know how we can do it.
And but the thing we want to figure out is how did they know to do it at that time when no one else wanted to, or no one else could do it. And
I see what you're saying. It's just more of a curiosity than it is like an actual need to know.
It's more of like a. It's not like it's a better than our current time sort of thing. It's more of a curiosity of how they did it during their time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because you're right. We could just build that and do it ourselves. I'm sure if America wanted to, we could get a bunch of people from other countries and just that we're all invested in, taking over in a way. And we're just involved in a lot of countries. I'm sure we could just get a bunch of them to go build pyramids. And
are you talking about slavery and the foundation of America? I think we tried that. It didn't go well.
It did not go well, and that's what's going on today in this world. But yeah, that was a good point. I like that rebuttal, because I think I've come to agree that you don't need that. It doesn't mean that we're not as advanced today. And actually, we are more advanced, probably.
We skipped that stuff. We don't need to know.
Yeah, we didn't need to know. But it's just funny how. But that, I guess, it still goes into the fact that we didn't advance into knowledge. We didn't advance our knowledge. It's like we have the same knowledge in a different way.
Yeah. So it's like
maybe we did advance our ability to get that knowledge.
Okay, so here's an example. This table. So me and you know how this table is made. We could make this table.
Yeah.
But what's more efficient? To have somebody that we just send the dimensions and plans to, or they draw up the dimensions and plans, have machines cut it and make it just like this and give it to us, or we spend the time and effort into making it ourselves? We both have the same knowledge of the end goal.
Your point is for the knowledge of the end. Your point is for the knowledge of that there is the ability to make a table and there be an end goal. But their point of knowledge during their time was no one was thinking, no one knew that tables could be a thing, or pyramids could be a thing like that, and they somehow figured to align up the stars and build pyramids. No one
lost me again, dude. That was not my point.
Your point is saying, this is what you were saying. You said we both know how to make a table and that we could do it ourselves, but it's probably more efficient to hire someone else to just do it for us.
But that doesn't mean we're any less advanced. It just means that we know there's a better way to do it.
Okay, but we know. Okay, but what I'm saying is that we know that there's a possibility to make a table and have someone else to do it or us do it. We know that the table is a possibility and a thing. Yeah. But back then, no one knew that. It was just the Mayans knew about pyramids and aligning it and the stars.
Well, they figured out their thing. Yeah. All right, we got to wrap it up here. It's been a really solid episode. Okay. We got deep in some random stuff.
Yeah, it was funny.
So anyways, let's go build the table.
So we are wrapping it up, and we're going to try and we're probably not going to wait a total week on the next one. We're probably going to try and get the next one up on
we haven't figured out the good schedule yet. Yeah. We're trying to get it up mid to late week if we can.
Yeah.
Well, not if we can, we will.
We usually record early and get it up late.
There'll be another episode next week. That's it. All right, man.
That's all you need to know, okay?
Good talk.
All right, stop listening to me.
Stay tuned for episode number 4. Cheers.
Oh, that's going to be our lucky number for
that's our
number 4 boys. All right, stay tuned for that. See ya.